Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I will be checking out a new track from Desolate, which I am very excited about. I'm going to be checking out Karoshi that they did with Rotnest, who is another phenomenal band. I know that they did a cover of Diamonds Aren't Forever after this, and then released another single called Tinkle Tinkle Hoy. But I'm going to do Karoshi because I really like the combination of Desolate and Rotnest together. If you haven't checked out Rotnest, I highly suggest you do so. Desolate, I found through the channel. Somebody requested Missing Number, which is still my favorite track in their discography so far. That whole EP was fantastic. That's what put Desolate on my radar. So I'm very excited to see they're back, putting out a bunch of new music. We're going to check out Karoshi. I'll link the video I'll be using in the reaction portion of this, along with all of the band's social media and promotional links, including Bandcamp, where you can get the highest quality download of this song, in the description. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking, and we are going to get straight into it. Something, surely. Virgin? Dude, come on. Hey. Bring that back. Whew. With the Okay. Damn. Elevator taking us back down. Sorry it took so long. But you know. Oh! Oh! See you again soon. And they were not kidding on that. Desolate, Karoshi featuring Rotnest. Let's discuss. It's pissed, it's chaotic. I think the Rotnest feature fits like a glove on this track. This is exactly what I'm looking for from Desolate. It has that level of what is going on to it at the same time as the parts that are more understood, less chaotic. And I love that, especially some of the stuff they bring into their really aggressive sound. The lyrics are definitely, in line with what I'm expecting from them too. This track is pissed. A lot of the lyrics are kind of eyebrow raising with, again, something I talk a lot about when it comes to discussing lyrics is lyrical honesty. This definitely, is a great example of that. Some of the darker side of, thoughts that are common for people who struggle with mental health, people who are just living life the way that it has been, especially the most recent years. It takes all of that kind of darkness and puts it to music and does so incredibly well to match that. The song definitely has a dark feeling to it that it kind of goes further into as the song progresses, especially around like the 1 minute mark. It feels like you're just submerged in it, which personally I'm a big fan of that. When you come into something that I'm talking about with darker lyrics, heavy lyrics, and then matching that sonically, they do it perfectly. A lot of the screams on this track have that level of intensity and emotion that I'm expecting from Desolate at this point. My favorite track I had already mentioned is Missing Number, but they have tracks in their discography that are just killer, and it always surprises me that this band hasn't gained more traction yet than they have. But I don't think it's something that they're incapable of, especially after hearing this new track. They have not missed a beat. I think, the two-steppy type of beats and stuff that you have on this track, there was one that was sort of brief before it turns into something larger than, being able to identify this is clearly a two-step part. It comes back around though, perfectly done. The end of the track having that sort of outro was not at all what I was expecting. It doesn't really, take any elements from the track or anything and go out on like a connection or anything. It's sort of like that. I would say Periphery does outros like that, but a lot of times especially with the new album, they have like aspects of that you can pull from their music, and it's like, oh, but it was just like the complete shift in sound with the outro that almost, like I mentioned, it makes you feel like you're on an elevator being taken down from the track, which I thought was pretty neat. This is relentless. It is an ass beater of a track. Seeing the Rotnest feature on it, it's exactly what I was hoping for and more. It has some big vocal drops as well, the O's, stuff like that I'm really into. The woo that was in there, that sort of stuff really scratches a certain itch for me as well. But even if you take that out of the equation, this is directly up my alley and something that will get a lot of plays from me for all of the things that I've mentioned. So it's got a variety too. When you look at the vocals, I mentioned some of the screams that really stick out to me, some of the vocal drops, but you've also got some lines that are whispered, some rapping in there. You've got a variety when it comes to the vocals, and not in the typical way we see them. For the most part, singing, screaming, passing off between the two. It's much different, and I think this plays into their sound really well, having the rapping and such, because it does bring in those elements, and some of the stuff they incorporate into their aggressive sound takes from stuff that I think's comparable to the sections of their songs that maybe have rapping or something that gives off that same vibe. So it fits very well for me. Not a single part of this felt out of place. Even the outro, I think the bringing you down thing makes it feel very fitting with that in mind. Otherwise, it doesn't, like I mentioned, it doesn't really tie into anything, but it works. The moments that it builds up to, it delivers on every single one. The drops are probably my favorite part. Vocal delivery, another thing that's big on the list for me. The amount of aggression and Rotnest is a wonderful feature for Desolate because those two vocalists together, that is a duo that I am 100% on board for, and I think of a lot of what draws me to each of them. There's a lot of overlap there, so I could not be happier with this. I've been looking for new music from Desolate. I thought that the captions on their video and such, especially at the end, were funny, but I know they went through some issues getting this out, so I'm glad to see they're back with 2 new songs, a cover. It seems like they're fully back and looking to get out the new music they've been working on, which I am very excited for. And when you look up the meaning of the word, the song title, Karoshi, it directly plays into all of their lyrics, and so that works for me as well. It's like one of those things that maybe we don't have a word for in English that there is a word for, and then it's elaborated on, and then I know what that word means because of a song like this, stuff like that I like to see as well. So another detail. Those are my thoughts on first listen. There's nothing that I would want to see differently from this track. It has everything I'm looking for from Desolate and more. Rotnest features fantastic. So those are my thoughts after my first listen. Let me know what you thought in the comments, what your favorite Desolate track is. This could be Missing Number is going to be a hard one to beat. It's going to be very difficult, but this has the potential to do so, if not be right up underneath it. So you love to see it. I'm going to check out their cover of Diamonds Aren't Forever. There's another new track, as I mentioned, called Tinkle Tinkle Hoy. If you haven't checked it out, or you haven't checked out Desolate yet, and this maybe is your first time listening to it, highly recommend giving a listen through the discography, and pretty much definitely guarantee if you enjoyed this, you'll find some more stuff you enjoyed. Check out Rotnest as well. I will link all of Desolate's social media, the video I used in the reaction portion of this, all of that stuff will be in the description of this video. You can also find my link tree there, which should have any link you may need related to my YouTube channel. That includes Patreon, Twitch, the Discord server invite link. All of that is in there. Patreon, we're working on end of the year polls and getting suggestions for stuff that flew under the radar, giving suggestions for stuff that flew under the radar, and then we're going to make a cohesive list for albums, EPs, songs, or singles. I haven't decided which one we're going to do, probably songs, and then we'll do breakdowns, riffs, choruses, and at the end of the year, I'll talk about what patrons picked on that list, and I will do my own as well. So I offer a lot more stuff on Patreon. I won't sit here and list it all out. I do playlists for Tier 3 that I update monthly with 20-25 songs, additional videos, stuff like that. So, and at the end of each video, if you've ever made it there, I have all my patrons list out. The stuff that's listed in the tier. So if you want to check that out, see what I'm offering, that will be there. Twitch, I'm going to be getting back up and going shortly. This is like the 20th video I've recorded in the last 2 days, and in all of them I've mentioned I had to take an unplanned 2-week break. I was away from my filming setup, thus couldn't make videos, couldn't do streams. It very much set me back, but I'm looking at getting my stream schedule back up and running with the weekly request streams, as well as some additional streaming I'm looking to do to close out the end of the year. Some will be 2023 related, others will just be music related, and I haven't said yet what they are. But Patreon also will help decide which streams we're doing, stuff like that. The Discord server is where the community is based for my YouTube channel. All the homies in the Discord server. We've got music-related conversation unrelated to music, Last.fm stats, pets, all the good stuff. So if you want to come hang, check out the community. That will be there as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.